Hello everyone, welcome to RAAONLINE. I'm Dr. Abhinaya. I'm a consultant pediatrician. So Nelson-based pediatric teaching under the chapter discussion of neurology. The topic of discussion now is on microcephaly. So microcephaly is not new to us. We have been learning microcephaly right from our MBBS days, isn't it? But it holds a very important clinical significance, and something which we do not miss in our anthropometry is the head circumference or the occipitofrontal circumference. So we are going to see what are the, I'm going to start from the beginning, like how do you actually do an OFC measurement properly and how are you going to plot it, and then what are the various classifications of microcephaly, what is inherited, what is acquired, what's called primary, what's called secondary, and what is the clinical significance of microcephaly, and finally what is, how are you going to approach and the management. Okay, so let's get started. So how are we going to measure the occipitofrontal circumference? So a non-elastic measuring tape is taken. You have to do the maximum circumference of the head or the cranial vault. Okay, so including you have to take the occipital front prominence at the back and just above the supraorbital ridge. You have to measure, and this has to overlap and then take the measurement. Okay, and so this is the proper technique of taking an occipitofrontal circumference or the head circumference, and always do 2 readings and make sure and confirm the OFC. So we should know what is a normal head circumference, and even after you have completed your post graduation, always make sure you do head circumference for all the babies who come to you in your hospital. Have the head circumference chart, especially for separate for boys and girls, and then keep plotting it, because acquired microcephaly is one thing. There's one more thing, one more entity called macrocephaly or sometimes hydrocephalus. So we don't know when the head circumference will shoot up or will come down. Okay, so always make it a point to measure OFC even after your exams are over. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell here. Okay, so what is a normal head circumference at birth? We're all familiar with this particular slide, I'm sure. So just a quick recap. Okay, so at birth it is going to be 33 to 35 centimeters, and in the first 3 months it is going to increase 2 centimeter per month. So by the end of 3 months it is around 41 centimeter. Between 4 to 6 months it is going to increase 1 centimeter per month. So at the end of 6 months the circumference will be 44 centimeters. 6 to 12 months it is going to be 0.5 centimeter per month. So at the end of 1 year it is somewhere between 46 to 47 centimeters, and after that between 1 to 3 years it is only 0.25 centimeters per month. And beyond that, 3 to 6 years maximum, it is 1 centimeter per year, and by this age, by 6 years, the adult head circumference is reached. So what is microcephaly? So any head circumference which is less than 2 standard deviation or less than 3rd centile, when you plot it, it is called the microcephaly. If it is less than 3 standard deviation, then it is termed as severe microcephaly. Okay, so you have seen, all of you have seen this charts and used it. So any head circumference which is less than the 3rd centile is termed as microcephaly. Okay, so that is for boys and this is for girls. So there are various types of microcephaly, as you can see. It is classified as primary, secondary. It can be classified as inherited or acquired. It can be classified as proportionate or disproportionate, or syndromic or non-syndromic. Syndromic, non-syndromic microcephaly is easy, as the name suggests, if it is associated with syndromes. Okay, so I'm going to give you some syndromes down the lane. So those are syndromic microcephaly. Proportionate and disproportionate. Proportionate means not just the head size is smaller, but the growth is stunted. Okay, so the weight is less, the height is less, then it is called proportionate microcephaly. Proportionate microcephaly actually has better neurological outcomes. Okay, and what is inherited and acquired? What is primary and secondary? Primary is something which is present since birth. Okay, so primary is something which is present since birth, and secondary is something which develops later on. But having said that, inherited or acquired, are they synonymous with primary, secondary? Not at all. Okay, so either you classify as primary or secondary, or you classify as inherited or acquired. Don't use both. Okay.